Or Kata.
You like little boys?
No. Oh, there's someone else in here too.
That's what I said. Who else is watching?
No, there's 3 people. Oh, never mind.
2
Damn, he sucks.
Oh, Cracker Jack 1550? Yeah, he's a failure. Not even that good. Go find a new hobby. No one lives your mom. Don't care about it. No one cares about you. What should I do? Okay, you gotta play it safe.
Jamal Adams. Emily, tell me when to stop.
Are you watching? Huh?
Tell me when to stop. Did I start my stream? I did. Look at it. Look at it.
I can't.
Tell me when. Tell me when.
What?
Tell me when to stop, bruh. Fuck.
Yeah, but didn't you watching my stream?
Hurry up!
Fine. Stop.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. Off we go from SoFi Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Hurts to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no first down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the first down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? Got to give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And he really helped his yards per carry average, that's for sure.
Yeah, quietly, they'll take that.
Going for it with Sanders. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp, 32 yards. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Stafford's throw here, hauled in by Cup. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down. Now Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 1 now. 7-7, our score after 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, they only had a yard to go. They tried to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
22. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Stafford. Tyler Higbee. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Out to his left. Third line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
120 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Hurts. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. He's brought down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
32.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford trying to find Cup, but it's a of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up a set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he's got some space here. Touchdown, L.A. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, third and long.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 169 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. This is intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd and goal, Stafford. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Sanders. And some space here. There he goes, left side. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser Wright, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So the Eagle offense coming on here as they'll try for 2 points. The quarterback will keep it himself. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Touchdown! Matthew Stafford finding Cooper Kupp for the touchdown there. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 71 yards. And the Eagles use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Stafford on 1st down. Buying time, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. From the end zone, Stafford connecting with Kupp here on the out route. But the defense on him quickly at the 6-yard line. A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. Here's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. Down the numbers. There he goes. 30. 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Eagles are going to recover, and that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Another run with Sanders. Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Hurts going to keep it again.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2.
Hurts will throw.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure,
maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot up. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Highmark Stadium in upstate New York. Coming up, we've got what should prove to... EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 24, Mahomes. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, if you're the team that has the ball, you're loving this series. No matter what you're dialing up, in the air, on the ground, you're getting big-time chunks of yardage. And right now, they've got that defense wobbling.
Right back to him on first down. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from the 20. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They start the drive with Cook. Oh, he's got a little dale, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. 7-7, our score after one. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Fights through him. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They go play action. Cousins rolling to his right. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins. Cook makes the catch on the out route. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Cousins now from the 50. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Throwing is Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Chiefs.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Setting up the screen for Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll throw again. Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Cousins now to throw on first down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Nwangu now from his end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
Well, that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that gives him a 3-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone.
Nwangu on the return. The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. They've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to... There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. It starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I'll bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Off the play fake, Cousins. There's Jefferson to pull that in. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. To the air again, it's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
First down, here's Cousins.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And that pick six, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up, were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Play action now. Cousins rolling to his left.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got room.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Cousins on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Cousins from the gun on third. Open man is Thielen is complete. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Thuney. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 73 yards. And the Browns go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Jackson firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And they work this out past the 25. Jackson on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. The 40. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 74 yards. yards. And the Ravens are back within a score. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
101 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now it's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Chubb, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
David Bell.
A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Ravens are going to have a first down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and he wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half. But they're going to line up for the onside kick. Oh, the Ravens say they have it. They do have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have moved out in front. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Browns are once again back in front. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Jackson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Throwing is Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Jackson running again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins.
And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone is Grant.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
David Bell
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So this, not a stat line that you'd expect to see 2 touchdowns for him now in the ball game, both coming on the ground.
And while it may be unusual, it's obvious they found something that they like on offense that they can use against the defense. And I think they'll continue to go to it until they stop him.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Jackson from the shotgun, sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
Touchdown, Browns! Deshaun Watson on target to David Njoku. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns...
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Trey Mo, and welcome to Superstar KO.